Hello, it's Feathered Lamb, and 2025 is here. Happy New Year. So, back in September, I started to prepare myself for Drawtober. If you don't know what that is, it's similar to Inktober, and if you don't know what that is, essentially, Inktober is a challenge where you are given a prompt for the 31 days of October. Drawtober is supposed to be that, but less stressful. So the challenge, depending on which one you pick, will divide the month into 4 or 5 weeks. I immediately went to Pinterest, started imagining what scene or story I wanted the illustration to be, and I was ready. I was excited. And then October came, and the first prompt is vampire, and it went downhill from there. I did not do any other prompt. In fact, I did not finish this prompt until December. So I did the background in 2 days and a half. And then when it was time to actually work on the character, it felt like I had forgotten how to draw. The face was just not working out. The dress, me and fabric don't get along. And it's funny because there's a lot of ideas that I have where the character is in a dress. I found dresses to always be the most difficult to work with, but clearly my imagination doesn't care about that, because when I imagine these characters and their situations or the setting, a dress is the thing that fits. The background is inspired by this dead end bridge. People go into the bridge and take a picture. It's become so popular that they even have a little sign on the side that says that, like, you can't be in the bridge for more than 2 minutes, to allow other people to also have time to take their own pictures as well. When I was brainstorming, for some reason this bridge came to mind. The dress that she has on is a traditional flamenco dress, but it does also look like a dress that you would wear for danza puertorriqueña, which is a waltz of sorts, like a Puerto Rican waltz. When we think about vampires, we usually think about like the Victorian era. And I thought, okay, but what if the vampire was Puerto Rican? What would be a fancier traditional dress? And this is what came forth to my mind. I do kind of believe, in a sense, that this is my magnum opus. Honestly, I've been afraid to draw after this painting. I simply don't know how to do something equally as good. In October, like I was saying, I did the background in the first 2 days and a half or so. And then I spent the rest of October trying to figure out what to do with her, like how to paint her, how to move forward. And I would open this canvas every single day. It felt like I was doing no progress whatsoever. And in November, I didn't open it at all. The motivation kind of just died there, because the plan, I set myself up to do this challenge for October. And so the motivation left, not because of the subject matter, but because of the actual purpose of the challenge, which had ended on October 31st. And then in December, I decided, okay, you know what? I need to move on from the fact that I had a deadline and the deadline meant nothing. I need to get over that and finish it, because I am not a quitter. And so I opened it in December and it worked out. The flowers in this illustration are Poinsettia, I think it is that you say it. In Spanish, it's Pascuas. And we are all aware that they're very holiday coded. December hits and they're everywhere, and they're also incredibly popular in Puerto Rico too. Also, the lights on the columns very much give holiday vibes. Tradition is very much rooted in the holidays in Puerto Rico, like between the songs, the music, food. And even though on your day to day you won't dress like this, if you're doing something specific, you might wear a dress like this. So it worked out in the end, even though it was 2 months after in a completely different holiday that is somewhat considered to be the opposite of Halloween. I do plan to do the other proms eventually, but I make no promises on how soon that will be, and hopefully they are just as good as this one or even better, because I am having a little bit of anxiety about that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for tuning in. Click on the white subscribe button down below. You will know when you're subscribed when it turns from white to gray. Have a magical day.